Hey guys, my name's Jake and this is Science with Jake. Today I'll be teaching you guys how to make a video book report. Your first step is you're going to want to pick a book. For my book, I found that the best book to read was The Kite Runner. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to read this book, or just spark notes it or something, but just well enough so that you feel that you know the book well enough to be qualified to review it. Now that you got yourself your book read, go online and find 2 verified reviews. I chose The Guardian and the New York Times. And find reviews of your book that you'll be able to use for your own argument. Make sure to do any filming that you do in a very quiet place that doesn't have any distractions in the background. You don't want the focus to be on anybody but yourself. Now that you have yourself some verified reviews, take some quotes from those and use them into your own review of the book to make yourself seem more intelligent. A gripping and emotional story of betrayal and redemption. That is exactly what I thought, and therefore I'm going to put that in my review. The Kite Runner, for me, was a gripping and emotional story of betrayal and redemption. I myself found The Kite Runner to be a very touching novel, one that really hit home, as the main character Amir hopes of winning his father's love, something I never managed to do personally. Never wait to the last minute to make your video review. Otherwise you'll find yourself video recording late into the night before it's due. It's just not as fun. Make sure to really say how you feel about the book. Personally, I found The Kite Runner to be a great book. It really actually goes into a lot of detail on the difficulties of living in Afghanistan, the difficulties of being an Afghani living in America, and overall was just a widely successful book, in my opinion. Make sure to talk about why others should be interested in reading your book. The Kite Runner is a book that's going to change your outlook on the world. It's going to give you better world knowledge, and it's going to make you more interested in things that you didn't know were happening. I personally didn't know as much in depth about the struggle of Afghanistan people during the time of the monarchy's fall. The Kite Runner has been a great book for that. It has taught me more about what the true struggles of people living there were, and the true racial divide that there was between the Shiites and Shiite Muslims. The main character Amir, and the fragility of his friendship with his friend Hassan, goes into the details on the difficulties of being a Shia or Shiite Muslim. In Afghanistan, Hassan is a Hazara. He is descended from a group of Chinese people who came to Afghanistan through the Khans. This makes him an outcast in Afghanistan, and eventually when Afghanistan begins to fall apart, he then becomes socially discriminated. If you don't go into the details that really matter on why the book was written, then you never really gave a person a reason to read your book. Always stay true to the main focus of your book. If you don't have consistency in your location shooting or the tone of voice you even use, it's going to make it a lot more difficult for people to understand just that there's a lot of power behind the book that you're trying to present, especially with a book like The Kite Runner. Make sure to give your audience a bit of background info on what you're about to tell them. Kite fighting is a practice commonly used in other countries as a way of social enjoyment. You fight using kites that are coated in glass beads, shards, in order to cut down other kites. The kite runner is a person who runs after a kite once it has been cut. It is considered a great honor to be able to take home the last kite that was cut. The last kite standing is considered to be the victor, and the only way that you truly know who is the victor is by the last one standing. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini uses an analogy between a kite runner, one who chases down the kite, followed by kite fighting, a practice common in Afghanistan and other various countries, to delve into the realities of intertwined connections of friendship. Hassan is a kite runner for Amir. Amir hopes to win the kite competition in order to gain the respect of his father Baba. When Hassan goes to run down the kite for Amir, he ends up being brutalized by locals in the area, locals who later become Talibans during the fall of Afghanistan. This goes into the realities of Hassan's dedication to Amir. Hassan gets the kite for Amir despite the brutalities that he faces. This is important because it goes into the fact that Hassan has given all he has for Amir, a half-brother that he didn't know he was. And Amir, in return, doesn't even give half the amount of respect back to Hassan, and instead betrays him multiple times in an attempt to remove him of the guilt he feels. The only way that at the end of the book that Amir frees himself of this guilt, is by learning that his father Baba also betrayed Hassan's father, which is a little bit not exactly the best thing, but it still gives an important message. Don't judge yourself by the actions of which you have done, and don't judge yourself by the actions of others. Judge yourself by the actions of what you do. Hassan is a good man, and Amir doesn't feel he is. Amir is very hard on himself for his lack of standing up for Hassan. When Amir views himself based on what his previous actions were, he doesn't allow himself to move forward past the event. He becomes a good person. He does his best, yet he holds guilt to what he has previously done. The book, in the end, has you won over in Amir's compassion and his determination to atone for his youthful cowardice. His ability to make up for the deeds which he once did wrong is something that should really hit home to most people. We all make mistakes. Science with Jake might have been one of them. But that doesn't mean you can't atone for the mistakes you've made. Try to make something better of yourself. Thank you for watching this episode of Science with Jake. I hope to see you guys all next week.